Ladies and gentlemen, in the vast savannas of Africa and the dense forests of Asia, there walks one of nature's greatest teachers, the elephant. It's not just its size or strength that makes it majestic, but its mindset. The elephant embodies calm power, quiet confidence, deep memory, and unshakable purpose. Today, let us explore what it means to live with the elephant mindset, a way of thinking that can help us face life's challenges with wisdom, patience, and unstoppable determination. In today's fast-paced world where everything revolves around instant gratification and quick success, patience has almost become a forgotten virtue. The elephant, however, moves slowly yet purposefully, reminding us that true progress isn't about how fast we move, but about how consistent and deliberate we are in every step we take. When we adopt the elephant's calm pace, we realize that steady progress is more sustainable than rapid bursts of energy that quickly fade. Every meaningful achievement in life, whether it's building a career, mastering a skill, or improving ourselves, requires time, discipline, and unwavering dedication. Patience allows us to plant seeds today that will grow into strong trees tomorrow. When we rush, we often make decisions driven by fear and impatience rather than clarity and purpose. The elephant teaches us that wisdom comes from moving with awareness, not haste. It doesn't compete with the cheetah or the gazelle. It knows its strength lies in endurance, not speed. In the same way, when we focus on our own journey without comparing it to others, we begin to value progress over perfection. Each step we take, no matter how small, adds to the foundation of our long-term success. The slow path often leads to deeper understanding, while the fast path can lead to burnout and regret. Patience is also a reflection of emotional maturity. It requires faith. Faith that your efforts will eventually pay off, even when results aren't visible yet. The elephant doesn't rush through its migration. It trusts that every step brings it closer to its destination. Similarly, when we stay patient through uncertainty, we develop resilience. Challenges no longer feel like obstacles. They become part of the process. In moments of delay or disappointment, patience helps us stay grounded and focused instead of panicking or giving up. The greatest achievers in history were not those who rushed to success, but those who persisted calmly through failure and time. Patience gives us the power to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. When we slow down, we start noticing the details, the lessons, the growth, the beauty and progress itself. Like the elephant that savors every step of its long walk, we learn to appreciate the process of becoming rather than just the act of achieving. Patience is not weakness, it is silent strength. It transforms chaos into clarity and haste into harmony. By embracing patience over speed, we align our pace with purpose. And that's where true, lasting success begins. The elephant is often celebrated for its extraordinary memory, but this gift is not just about recalling facts. It's about wisdom born from experience. In the wild, elephants remember migration routes, sources of water, and even faces of friends and foes. This deep memory ensures their survival, guiding them through seasons of scarcity and abundance. Similarly, in life, our past experiences are not meant to haunt us, but to teach us. Every success, failure, heartbreak, and challenge carries a lesson that shapes our character and sharpens our judgment. When we take time to reflect, instead of forgetting or regretting, we unlock a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Wisdom is not gained from time alone, but from how we choose to learn from what time has taught us. Many people rush forward trying to escape their past, not realizing that the key to their future lies within the very experiences they wish to forget. The elephant does not discard the past, it carries it with dignity. Likewise, when we acknowledge our mistakes and analyze our setbacks, we turn them into stepping stones for future success. Wisdom grows when we learn to extract meaning from pain and direction from disappointment. Instead of labeling experiences as good or bad, we begin to see them as essential parts of our growth. Every challenge teaches us resilience. Every failure teaches humility. and every triumph teaches gratitude. The lessons of yesterday are the compass that guides us through the uncertainty of tomorrow. True wisdom also involves knowing how to use our memories to help others. Just as elephants lead their herds to safe paths remembered from years before, we too have a responsibility to guide those who come after us. Sharing our experiences, the mistakes, the triumphs, the lessons, can inspire others to navigate their own journeys more wisely. Our stories carry the power to protect, uplift, and strengthen the people around us. Experience becomes wisdom when it is shared selflessly. It's not about showing how much we know, but about helping others avoid the same pitfalls we once fell into. In this way, wisdom becomes a collective force, not just a personal asset. However, wisdom is not just about remembering. It's about interpreting memory with perspective. We must learn to separate the pain of the past from the lesson it brought. The elephant remembers, but it does not live in fear of what once happened. It uses memory as a guide, not a prison. When we let go of bitterness but hold on to insight, we become emotionally intelligent and spiritually strong. The more we reflect and learn, the clearer our path becomes. Experience gives depth to our thoughts, compassion to our actions, and confidence to our choices. To live with the elephant mindset is to carry your past not as a burden, but as a map that continually points you toward wisdom and growth. The elephant stands as a living symbol of calm strength, a creature that doesn't need to roar to prove its power. It walks with confidence, not arrogance, and commands respect through presence, not intimidation. This is the essence of calm power. The ability to remain composed and focused even when surrounded by chaos. In our fast-paced competitive world, many mistake aggression for strength. But true strength lies in control. Control over one's emotions, reactions, and impulses. The elephant teaches us that real power doesn't come from shouting the loudest or acting the toughest. It comes from an inner balance that cannot be easily disturbed. When we cultivate this stillness, we gain the clarity to act wisely rather than react hastily. Calm power is rooted in self-assurance. The elephant knows its own might. It doesn't need to prove it to anyone. Likewise, when we truly know our worth, we stop seeking validation from others. We no longer need to display our strength through anger, dominance, or ego. Instead, we allow our actions, integrity, and consistency to speak for us. Calm people radiate confidence because they operate from a place of stability, not insecurity. They understand that composure in conflict and serenity in struggle are marks of true mastery. In times of tension, their calmness becomes a source of strength, not only for themselves, but also for those around them. The power of calmness is also deeply strategic. Just as elephants stay steady during storms, we must learn to stay grounded when faced with pressure or provocation. Those who lose control of their emotions give their power away, while those who remain composed gain the upper hand. Calmness allows us to see situations clearly, make sound decisions, and avoid actions we might later regret. In personal relationships, leadership, and even crisis, calm power creates trust. People are naturally drawn to those who stay balanced in the face of adversity. They feel safe around someone who doesn't react impulsively but responds with patience and perspective. Furthermore, calm power reflects emotional intelligence, the ability to channel strength through empathy, understanding, and patience. An elephant doesn't use its power recklessly. It knows when to act and when to simply observe. This restraint is what separates wisdom from aggression. When we embody calm power, we learn to navigate life with grace. We become the still force in a noisy world. Unbothered by opinions, unshaken by chaos, and unstoppable in purpose, calm power is not about silence or passivity. It's about control. Control of self, control of emotion, and control of energy. Through that control, we discover the kind of strength that inspires rather than intimidates. Among the many remarkable qualities of elephants, their deep sense of compassion and community stands above all. These majestic animals live in herds where every member is cared for, protected, and valued. When one elephant is weak or injured, the others slow down to ensure it is not left behind. When a calf is lost or in danger, the entire herd responds with empathy and unity. This collective spirit reflects one of life's most powerful lessons, that strength is not found in isolation, but in connection. In a world that often glorifies individual achievement, the elephant mindset teaches us that true greatness comes from lifting others as we rise. Compassion is not a sign of weakness, it is the highest form of strength. The ability to feel deeply and act selflessly. Human beings, like elephants, are wired for connection. Yet in our pursuit of personal success, we sometimes forget the importance of community. We get so focused on competition that we lose sight of collaboration. But the truth is, no one truly thrives alone. Every milestone, every victory is built on the support of others. Mentors, friends, family, or even strangers who believed in us when we doubted ourselves. Compassion reminds us that empathy is not just an emotion, it's a responsibility. When we take time to understand others, to listen without judgment, and to help without expecting a reward, we strengthen the invisible bonds that hold humanity together. Just as an elephant herd survives through cooperation, we too must learn that unity is our greatest survival tool. Compassion also has the power to transform the world around us. A single act of kindness can ripple outward, inspiring others to do the same. The elephant's nurturing nature shows that when we care for others, we create an environment of trust and safety. In workplaces, families, and communities, empathy builds bridges that power and authority never could. It allows us to see beyond differences and recognize the shared humanity that connects us all. Compassion is not about feeling sorry for someone, it's about stepping into their world and helping them stand again. When we practice empathy, we become a source of healing in a world that often values pride over understanding. Furthermore, compassion strengthens our inner world just as much as it strengthens our outer relationships. When we show kindness, we not only lift others but also bring peace to ourselves. The elephant's gentle heart is what makes its power so profound. It reminds us that real strength lies in gentleness. Anger divides, empathy unites. The more we act with compassion, the more we attract positivity, loyalty, and respect. Life is not meant to be a solitary journey, but a shared experience of growth and connection. Just as elephants move together in harmony, protecting one another with unwavering loyalty, we too must learn to walk through life side by side, understanding, supporting, and empowering each other along the way. Elephants are known not only for their strength and memory, but also for their incredible emotional depth. They experience joy, grief, empathy, and even compassion in ways that mirror human emotion. When a member of their herd dies, elephants have been observed mourning the loss, standing silently in respect, and even touching the bones of the deceased with their trunks. This emotional awareness is a powerful lesson for us, that true intelligence is not just about knowledge or logic, but about understanding feelings, both our own and those of others. Emotional intelligence is the quiet force that allows us to connect deeply, communicate effectively, and make wise decisions even in the face of stress or conflict. It teaches us that mastering our emotions is far more powerful than letting them master us. In our daily lives, emotional intelligence becomes the foundation of every meaningful relationship, personal, professional, or social. It allows us to pause before reacting, to listen before judging, and to respond with empathy rather than anger. Like the elephant, we can learn to approach situations with calm awareness, understanding that every person we encounter is fighting a battle we may not see. When we practice self-awareness, we gain clarity about our triggers, our habits, and our patterns of thought. Instead of being driven by temporary emotions, we begin to act from a place of wisdom. This shift not only prevents unnecessary conflict, but also builds trust and respect with others. People are naturally drawn to those who stay composed under pressure and handle emotions with grace. Leaders with emotional intelligence are the ones who inspire, not intimidate. They know that leadership is not about control, but about connection. When an elephant leads its herd, it does so with a sense of care and protection, not dominance. Likewise, a leader who understands emotions can create an environment where others feel valued, heard, and motivated. Emotional intelligence helps us recognize when to be firm and when to be gentle, when to speak and when to listen. It builds bridges instead of barriers, and it transforms authority into influence. In every interaction, emotional intelligence turns communication into understanding and disagreement into growth. Moreover, emotional intelligence helps us maintain inner balance in a chaotic world. It reminds us that we cannot control everything that happens, but we can always control how we respond. Like the elephant that stays calm during storms, emotionally intelligent individuals remain steady amid uncertainty. They don't let fear, anger, or pride dictate their path. Instead, they channel emotions into purpose and growth. By mastering this mindset, we begin to see challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to evolve. Emotional intelligence gives us the strength to be kind in a cruel world, patient in a rushed one, and compassionate even when it's not easy. It is the invisible strength that transforms power into peace and knowledge into wisdom. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the mastery of it. The elephant, though peaceful by nature, becomes a fearless protector when danger approaches. It does not run from threats. It stands tall, spreading its ears wide, asserting its presence with silent authority. This act is not aggression, it is confidence rooted in purpose. Similarly, in life, we are constantly confronted by storms that test our strength, patience, and resolve. The elephant mindset teaches us to meet these moments not with panic or retreat, but with calm courage. It reminds us that we cannot control the storms, but we can control how we stand through them. Courage is the quiet decision to keep moving forward even when everything around us feels uncertain. True courage is not loud or boastful. It is often silent and steady. It lives in the choices we make when no one is watching. The choice to keep going after failure, to speak the truth when it's unpopular, to rise again after being broken. Just like the elephant, which keeps walking miles through harsh terrains and scorching heat, we must learn to endure life's challenges with resilience. Every obstacle is a test. Every setback a teacher. Courage allows us to transform fear into fuel, turning moments of doubt into opportunities for growth. It's not about being unafraid. It's about moving forward despite fear. The strongest people are not those who never fall, but those who never stay down for long. Courage also requires clarity, the ability to see beyond temporary pain and focus on long-term purpose. The elephant never charges blindly. It acts with intention, aware of its surroundings and the consequences of its actions. Likewise, our courage must be guided by wisdom, not recklessness. We must learn to face our challenges with a clear mind and a steady heart, understanding that every difficult situation has a lesson hidden within it. When we pause, breathe, and trust ourselves, we find that even in the darkest moments, there is strength waiting to be discovered. Courage is not just physical endurance. It is emotional and mental fortitude. The power to stay hopeful when the future seems uncertain. Moreover, unshakable courage inspires others. Just as one elephant's bravery can protect an entire herd, one person's determination can ignite hope in many. When we face our fears with confidence, we silently give permission for others to do the same. Our courage becomes a light for those lost in their own storms. The elephant mindset teaches us that standing firm is not just about personal survival, it's about collective strength. When you refuse to be broken by life's challenges, you become a symbol of resilience for others. Courage is contagious. it spreads strength, faith, and determination. And though the journey may be long and the trials relentless, those who stand their ground like the mighty elephant eventually discover that no storm lasts forever. The elephant moves through life with quiet certainty, never rushing, never lost. Every step it takes is guided by instinct, memory, and purpose. It doesn't wander aimlessly. It follows a path that has meaning and direction. This teaches us a profound truth, that to live a fulfilled life, we must live with purpose. Purpose gives our actions meaning, our struggles strength, and our dreams direction. Without purpose, even the greatest success can feel empty, but with purpose, even the smallest effort becomes significant. When we align our actions with what truly matters to us, life stops feeling like a race and starts feeling like a journey worth walking. Purposeful living is about choosing meaning over motion, walking slowly but towards something that truly fulfills the soul. In a world filled with distractions and noise, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. We often chase goals set by others, comparing our paths to theirs, and forget to listen to our inner voice. The elephant mindset reminds us to trust our instincts, that inner guidance that knows where we belong, even when the path isn't clear. Like an elephant navigating the vast wilderness, we too can find our direction if we stay connected to our intuition. Purpose doesn't always announce itself with clarity. Sometimes it whispers through passion, curiosity, or a quiet sense of calling. To live with purpose means to listen deeply, to move intentionally, and to trust that each step, even when uncertain, is part of something greater unfolding. Purposeful living also means embracing patience in progress. The elephant knows that reaching its destination takes time and endurance, but it never doubts the journey. Likewise, we must learn to find peace in the process rather than only in the outcome. Every challenge, every delay, every detour is shaping us for what lies ahead. When we live purposefully, we stop chasing shortcuts and begin valuing growth. We learn to measure success not by speed or applause, but by alignment. By how closely our actions match our values. Purpose gives us stability when the world feels uncertain, and it becomes the compass that guides us through confusion, fear, and doubt. It's not about having everything figured out. It's about moving with faith and intention, knowing that meaning will reveal itself along the way. Most importantly, purposeful living connects us to something beyond ourselves. The elephant doesn't live just for its own survival. It lives for the herd, for the ecosystem, for the continuity of life itself. In the same way, our greatest purpose often involves serving something larger than our individual desires, contributing to others, to our communities, or to the world in some way. When we act from purpose, our presence begins to inspire, our work begins to matter, and our life begins to make a difference. It is through purpose that we transform existence into impact and motion into meaning. The elephant mindset calls us to live with direction, conviction, and trust. To walk forward, not just to survive, but to leave a lasting mark on the path we travel. The elephant mindset reminds us that greatness is not defined by how loud we are, how fast we move, or how much we possess, but by how deeply we live, how wisely we act, and how compassionately we lead. To think like an elephant is to carry strength with calmness, power with patience, and purpose with peace. Life will test us, storms will come, and paths will twist. But when we move forward with steady hearts and grounded spirits, we rise above every challenge. Each of us has the ability to embody the wisdom of the elephant, to walk through life with quiet confidence, to protect and uplift others, and to remain unshaken by the noise of the world. When we embrace this mindset, we no longer seek validation or victory from outside forces. Instead, we discover that everything we need, strength, clarity, courage, and peace, already exists within us. So walk with grace, lead with kindness, and remember that slow progress is still progress. Let your purpose guide you, your patience steady you, and your compassion connect you. Like the mighty elephant, you don't have to prove your power. You only need to live it. The world may not always notice your footsteps, but your journey will leave an imprint that lasts forever.